Good morning, DSST. Today we're going to look at similar triangles. What I see here is I see that I have two triangles. I have a smaller one and a larger one. The first thing I want to do is look at this problem and see what information that they gave us. Okay, so we know there's a girl that's 160 centimeters tall. She stands 360 centimeters from a lamppost. Her shadow from the light is 90 centimeters long. How tall is the lamppost? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to split these triangles up. So I know my little triangle is here. This is the girl. Excuse my drawing, not the best drawer. We know that she's 160 centimeters tall. And we know that her shadow is 90 centimeters. The next, we're looking at the lamppost. The lamppost is a larger triangle. The question says, how tall is the lamppost? We're not sure how tall the lamppost is, so we're going to put that as an unknown variable, which is going to be x. Now, because they're similar triangles, we need to make sure that we're combining the entire base. So 90 plus 360 will give me 450. I'm going to put centimeters here just as a good practice to remember our units. Because these are proportional, we can set them up as a ratio. A ratio, remember, is a fraction. So I'm going to take my height, I'm going to put my height on the top and the base on the bottom of my ratio. My height is 160 on the small triangle and 90 on the bottom. We know for the large triangle, we're looking for the height is the unknown, so we're going to put an x. We know our base is 450. Because these are similar triangles, we know that we can cross multiply. And remember to use your reference sheet if you have any trouble cross multiplying. So I'm going to circle the things that I'm going to cross multiply. I have that one, and I have this one. All right. Cross multiplying, we're going to multiply these together. So 160 times 450, I don't know that off the top of my head, so I'm going to use my calculator. You can use your calculator on your computer or on your phone. So my answer for the 160 times 450 is 72,000. And I'm going to make sure I put my equal sign there, is equal to 90 times x. Okay, we're very close. We're trying to get x by itself. So we need to do the inverse operation. Let's see, inverse operation. All right, so I know it's multiplication. So the inverse of multiplication is going to be division. So I'm going to make sure in order to get rid of this 90, I need to divide it out. What I do to one side, I do to the other. Some of you may have seen where you create that barrier and you move it over. 90 and 90s, they'll cross out. We got our variable by itself, so we're left with x is equal to, again, 72,000. I don't know what that is divided by 90, so I should use my calculator. I type it into my calculator and I get 800. Again, I'm going to include my units, which is centimeters. But what does that 800 mean? We found 800. But now I have to refer back to the question. What was the question asking us? The question was asking us, how tall is the lamppost? So we knew our variable here was x, so now we can just replace x with the height of the lamppost, which is 800 centimeters. Again, we took the problem, we broke it in part, we made sure to label our terms. I forgot to label a lamppost, so I'm going to draw a lamppost right here. That way I know I have the height of the girl and the lamppost. When we break apart the problems and we draw pictures, it makes it easier for our minds to kind of comprehend what we're looking for. So as we're working through this problem, we had one step here where we broke it apart. We put it into a ratio right here. We isolated the variable here. We had our final answer here. So this problem took 4 steps for me. Again, it can be faster or shorter for you. If you're not as comfortable with these problems, Make sure you do all 4 steps, breaking it down, going nice and slow, and then checking your answer, making sure that they make sense. Have a wonderful day, class, and talk to you soon.